Good morning. I feel like everyone's getting a real sense of all the different rooms that I work in. Because being at 10 a.m. every single day, I never actually know where I'm going to be, right? We have a son who goes to school at 8 o'clock. So sometimes I'm up earlier. Well, I'm always up earlier, but I'm always working from home earlier. But maybe he won't go to school, or maybe he's not feeling well, or whatever the case may be. So it's always different where I'm going to be. And of course, since my office is a half hour from my home, if things go a little bit longer, well, now I'm jumping into a different room. Um, all of which is not why you're here, but you know what? For the first 10 seconds, if you would like to know, well, Ant, you're in a different room with a different frog with glasses looking over you. Now you got your answer. Hey, Michelle. So, what's new, right? Yeah, super exciting. So, today, Rhino Bucks launches. Now, it's always, not always, but so the pancake swap market has been open, right? Just no one has had any coin. So we've been purchasing in the Rhino, in the pancake swap market, in the exchange to go ahead and to add liquidity. So that's when the sales eventually started coming, because eventually someone's going to sell something that the money's there for everyone to redeem. And that's the way the market works, right? You have buyers, you have sellers, you have money, it changes hands, everything's nice. Now, in an effort to further ensure that Rhino is built, or further, I'm not feeling well today. I think my son got me sick. But in an effort to continue ensuring that Rhino is built on strong foundation, we're going to we're going to scale the market this week. So it's a soft launch per se. So today we'll go ahead and purchase $100 on the market. Tomorrow, $200. I have it all right here. And then 300, then 400, then 500, then 750, then Sunday we'll round out with 1,000. When you add that all together, I think you roughly get, I don't know, 2,500 bucks. But that will all be added to the market. But as long as that we're able, because again, we don't know what we don't know, right? And it would be quite silly, foolish, and really reckless for us to go ahead and say, all right, we've done everything so far. Look at everything we did with Rhino. Now go ahead and go to the market. We've never tested it before, but you know what? Let's just go hope for the best. To go ahead and wait, not wait, but to go ahead and invest an additional week in ensuring that everything is safe and strong and ready to go, it just makes sense. So everything with the market, all open market activity is public. So this isn't Rhinos doing something. Nico, hey, greetings from Australia. Do you have any new information about the problem with my account? Because I still can't log in. Oh, that's so obnoxious. Nico, I'll email you right after this. We have had that issue with many of accounts. The difference being the accounts before we set up the password didn't have to have a password. And then the accounts after the password did have to have a password. So if you had an account before the password that you were trying to log in, having to need a password, you had to go to forgot password, and there's been a couple of bugs there. So it has worked for some, worked for me, has not worked for others. Nico, I actually think you might be the last one, not because of you having not gotten to us. It seems like we have dropped the ball, but as such, we will get to you, I promise. All right, getting back to the market. So we'll do 100 today, 200 Tuesday, 300 Wednesday, 400 Thursday, 500 Friday, 750 Saturday, 1,000 Sunday. What this will allow is that we can fully test that the market is accepting the sums, it's going to the right place, we can track where the money's going, and we can make sure that see Frida, we can just make sure everything's working correctly. Okay. Also, what allows this week to be a soft launch is that our efforts to go ahead and collect everyone's wallet address has not been as efficient as we would like it to have been. Now, half of that is purposely so, right? We haven't had that week where it's like, okay, what's your wallet address? What's your wallet address? But we really have, I mean, the email is open by 8,000 to 9,000 people a day. We have put in direction for the tutorials, how to get your wallet address, so forth and so forth. To that point, our dashboard hasn't worked as well as we liked it to have been. Some people that will go ahead and input a wallet address and save has been saved. Some have not. The difference being if someone had more than one account, whether by duplication on their behalf or by error, it would pull up one of the accounts. And once you would go ahead and save your pass or save your wallet address, now it's pulling up the other one. And then if you're putting the same wallet address, it's not taking it because it's impossible to have two of the same wallet addresses. So again, we're pretty smart people, right? Like I don't think I'm a complete do. And the fact that we've had so many of these stuff, right? These situations, these are simply you don't know what you don't know. When you're sitting there putting together a business plan, you don't actually go ahead and say, okay, well, we're going to have the wallet address, but there might be an error here. So people might make a second wallet address, or actually they're going to make a second account, and then the thing's going to take two accounts because you're going to have the password, and then you're not. So you go with it, right? And it's not go with it in the sense of, okay, Anthony, this is just what RHINO looks like in perpetuity. No, I think the thing that we've tried to get across is we've we've decided to take on the risk of being public facing from day one. See, a lot of companies, when you hear, oh, the company's private, well, that's what it is. They do all this stuff privately. All of the errors, all the mistakes, all the things that they did not know were going to happen, they take care of privately. They go ahead and collect a whole bunch of investor resources. They'll hire test groups, and they'll make sure that when they do the eventual rollout, it's full and free of bugs, which is good, right? Like, Anthony, that's the way things should be. Well, here's the offset. The investors that funded that private period are the ones that get the assets like the coin or the stock or the equity at such a deep discount to future valuation because it is them who are risking their capital on a company that is untested. So they get compensated for that risk. But nobody runs around town sharing that education, right? So the individuals that got into Facebook before it was Facebook didn't go around saying, yeah, I had a bunch of money, I gave it to them, and they had a whole bunch of errors, but it didn't matter to me. I was in it for 2 years. I didn't really care. And I just told them that when they get it right, they better sell it for 100 times my money. And they did. That's not the stuff you hear. The stuff that you hear is when it becomes a public-facing company. So for instance, CNN does something and they report a bad story and people are like, oh my God, did you see that? Did you hear that? Blah, 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 because it's public-facing at that part. Everyone that's in it are those that have purchased the assets, the equity from the deep discount valuation investors. What we're doing right now, and this is the difficulty, right? Because I do get emails from people that are like, hey, Ant, this isn't working, I can't believe this, blah, blah, blah. And I try to get the point across, well, we have two options, and you have two options too as an investor. You can either say, hey, listen, I only want what's going to work, and I'm only willing to invest in a fully furnished, completed product, and that's fine. Or you could say, I'm willing to take the risk of investing in something that I can see being built before my eyes. I can put my ego aside and say, you know what, things don't go perfect, but as long as I'm investing along someone that is able and willing and capable of, in front of public view, identifying a mistake, identifying a challenge and solving it, well, then I feel quite comfortable that my money is going to be worth that super bazillion amount years from now because I am in at such a deep discount. Because if this does work the way it is, it's going to be worth billions of dollars, and I'm getting in at, I don't know, like $1 million, whatever the case may be. And that's your choice. And I think I've made it really clear the entire way that that's always everyone's choice. And this isn't me speaking to, like when I say people email me, no one's ever been nasty. Like not a single person, because that's not RHINO. No one would ever email me and say, Anthony, your mom smells, I can't believe you. Because that's never been the culture that we've produced. When I'm talking about emails of someone saying this doesn't work, it's not even really out of frustration. It's like, Ant, this doesn't work. Like, what are you doing? Or actually one newer person said, I got in at $1 a week and now you're pushing me up to 5, and now you're pushing me up to 10. This kind of feels a little like not cool. And I described to them exactly what I said here. So when I say, when I'm sharing sentiment like this, it's because I'm always putting myself on the other side of the computer, the other side of the phone. If I were an investor of RHINO, which I am, my entire net worth is in RHINO, but if I was an investor that did not know me, right, like I know me, so I know what we're doing, but if I was one of the names as the attendees here, one of our RHINO partners, the questions that I would have. and the sentiment I would have. And because I always put myself on the other side of this, not kind of get it, nor do I kind of diffuse it. Like those sound yucky. That sounds very like sales 101 type of thing. But it's not that I'm ever selling you anything. We're buying it together, per se. We're investing in this together. So the concerns that you would have are the same concerns I'm having because we're not on separate sides of the table. It's not that you have this concern, but I want to magically make you not think about it. No, we're producing the same product. So if you have a concern that I have yet to have, well, then it's important that I have it because we're looking for the same ending, the same outcome. So when I hear a concern, even if it's in my own head, I share it out loud, and hopefully it inspires someone to say, oh, you know what? A, I'm happy he's thinking about that. But B, that made me think of something else. Let me share that with everyone. So it's 10:11, I'm 1 minute over. Let me just kind of go through. Yeah, no, Brian, you're amazing. Like for instance, Brian texted me and Misha Facebook messaged me telling me that the affiliate page, well, I hate saying affiliate, the partner page, but it's rhinostreet.com/affiliate, is coming up as unsecure. Misha said, Anthony, I can't get to it to recommend any people. Do you have, and she, you know what's funny? She didn't say, oh my God, I can't believe you. What are you doing? She goes, I can't get to it to recommend anyone else. Do you have an alternate suggestion? Which is the coolest thing in the entire world. Not only hold on. So the team's working on it and I get the notifications for GoDaddy. So I have to give them the code. Let me just do that so that it could get done ASAP. Okay. Do you have an alternate suggestion? Because we all know it's going to get done. Hey, Amisha's right there, right? So in real time, our team's working on it. What they believe it is was an SSL certification. So because we work with GoDaddy, when we go ahead and create a new site and have it live, part of GoDaddy marketing is that they give you like 30 days of free ABC, one of them being SSL certification. And in just accepting and building a site, you're opting into the 30-day free. But what you're also not opting into is that they're not allowed to just go ahead and take it from your account, like the money. So what they do is upon that 30-day being complete, and I don't know if this is exactly the case, but something like this, upon their period being complete, the service is no longer offered, right? Your free period's up. Therefore, you have to go ahead and purchase the service. The way one would go ahead and know that to purchase a service is they wake up one day and their site is no longer certified. Now, the solution to that would be simply purchase it from day one. Like, why wouldn't you? The solution for that would be me telling my team, hey guys, when you create a site, purchase it from day one. Why wouldn't you? I suspect they would probably say something like, well, we didn't know because we're not just going to purchase things out of the RHINO account. It's not our account. Now that we know this, good. So that's how this gets solved in real time. So it will be up any minute now. Okay, so you should look into, so I'm not a pro with all of that, the team is, but I will certainly share that with them. Let me just get to what this week's gonna look like. So we know what the market activity is going to be. We need to get everyone's wallet addresses. V is uniquely qualified and in an expert opinion, an expert capacity as it pertains to MetaMask, Trust Wallet, and Binance. Everyone has a tutorial. She has a copy of the tutorials. What we're doing today is all emails that are coming into her are of the assistants, right? Hey, I have a question with this, I have a question with this, I have a question with this, which is perfect. Keep the questions coming, because at the end of the day, we're going to consolidate that list of questions to the top 10 questions, the top 10 concerns. We have such a vast audience that we're going to get a pretty good idea of what the common challenges are. In which case we could create that doc, send it out to everyone. Hey, these are the common challenges, these are the solutions. In which case V is still on top of it, but if we can go ahead and address a lot of concerns before they need to escalate to her, we can allow one person to efficiently navigate this ship to the dock, per se. So the goal of this week really is to get everyone's wallet address, in which case, once we have the wallet address, we're going to be sending over the coin that has been invested via the weekly recurring. The bigger question that I've been getting is, hey, I made a simple video for you. If that's good, you can. Oh my God, that'd be amazing. Please send that over. I'll definitely post that. Um, the other, well, bigger alternate, whatever. The other question that we've been getting is, hey, Ant, all of the coin that's been, all the investor coin, like the millions I have in my account, when am I going to get that? Now, that is a second calculation, which we're going to share with everyone. That we're going to further detail that tomorrow. And then Wednesday, the article that I'm going to write is going to be a big one. It's going to be something to the effect of, RHINO market the next year, or something that details the coin that you're receiving now as per the weekly recurring, the coin that you're going to receive as the investor. How do you receive it? How you're able to liquidate it, sell it, buy it, whatever, what the expectations are, what the calculations are in the market, and what you can expect to see going forward. I know that sounds like a lot, but as everyone knows, the Wednesday articles, I want to say I do a good job, but that's a very subjective opinion. I believe I do a good job in really simplifying the message to like a 4 or 5 paragraphs. You could read it, you could understand it. So if you agree with that, you'll have the same standard this Wednesday as well. The goal is that by the end of the week, oh, thank you, Mike. By the end of the week, everyone will say, oh, look, there's the RHINO market. I could see it. It's trading. I have coin. I could buy it. I can sell it. It's great. That happens. And if we can get through that this week, which we have 5 days to hit that goal, and I gotta tell you, like, how far did we come? Do you remember December 2021 where we came up with the idea of the RHINO coin and it was 1.5 cents and we've been building and building ever since? We are now on a market at over $1. Like, that's less than a year time 100%, 100, not 100%, 10,000% return, like whatever that case may be. And we're expected to be $2 by this December. That's 2,000 times return in less than a year. So please, like I say, work with me, work with me, work with me. If the only goal this week is that I can ask Eve, I can ask Maurice, hey, if you had a friend, how would you, if I was a stranger, hey, this RHINO bucks, like, what is this? And you could say, here's a link, here's the market, here's the volume, here's the value of my account, here's the price of it. If you could do that, and then you could show them it's going up every day, it's going to be really cool. So working my tail off. What can you do to help me? Robbie, just be you. Just be like as lovely as ever. Actually, what can help is I'm really behind on sending out investor dividends. So if you are an equity investor, I sometimes get behind on emails. So Robbie, I know you sent me an email that I think I might have got back to or not. I know there's some emails that I have not got back to. Those are the things that if you can just allow me a little bit further patience with, that would be perfect. But we're doing it, and the proof is in the pudding. Do you remember your 2 hour? Oh my God, yeah. Now it's 18 minutes, and I'm over by 8 minutes. So love you, love you, love you. Let me go before this becomes a 2 hour live, right? I will see you all. Ralph, I am emailing you back. Actually, that's what I just said kind of refers to you. And I think that's it. So look out for tomorrow's email. It should have good updates for today. And it's totally cool. Love everyone. And we're going to do it. It's happening. All right. Bye, guys.